Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you must be doing fine. So in today's session, we will see top asynchronous Apex questions which are generally asked in the interview, and this is the part 4 of the series. So let's get it started. So we have this first question on our screen as what is the use of limits dot get queuable jobs and limit dot get limit queuable jobs? So we can check whether the current count of the queuable job has exceeded the limit or not. If not, queue them. So you can see the same in the example code here that we have this check limit dot get queuable job, which will return the current number of queuable jobs at that moment. Suppose you are entering let's say 30 queuable job at once, so the value here will be 30, and this uh, limits.get limit queuable jobs will return the limit what is the maximum limit of enqueuing the queuable job. So let's suppose if it returns 50, then it will enqueue, and once the this limit get exceeded, suppose we are enqueuing 50 queuable jobs at once, then this will fail and will go into this else part. So this is how this works. So let's get move to the next question. So here we have what happens if you call system.enqueue job more than once in a single transaction. So here we are talking about asynchronous Apex. So if we enqueue jobs multiple times or more than one time in async Apex, so this will return this too many queuable jobs added to the queue error, and it will throw this limit exception error. So let's move to the next question. So here we have what are the maximum number of jobs we can enqueue using system.enqueue job at a time. So you can add up to 50 jobs to the queue with system.enqueue job in a single transaction in synchronous Apex. In async transaction, you can add only one job to the queue. You can see the same in the example code here that we are entering 50 jobs at once. Let's move to the next question. So here we have what are the maximum number of jobs can be chained at a time. So we can chain the queuable job and the stack depth in developer org is 5. So in developer org you can do chaining up to 5 stack depth, but in enterprise edition you can chain 50 jobs, and you can see the example code here. Here we are doing job chaining on two job. uh, in first job we are calling the second job, and we are entering in the execute part here. So this is how this works. So let's move to the next question. So here we have, can we call future method from batch apex? So the answer is no. You cannot directly call a future method from within a batch apex class in Salesforce. This is because future method can and batch apex are asynchronous processes, and Salesforce does not allow one asynchronous process to directly call another. And however, you can achieve a similar outcome by using a queuable Apex class. You can enqueue a queuable job from within your batch Apex class, and within the execute method of the queuable class, you can call the future method. So this is one of the reason why we have this queuable jobs here to to utilize or maximize or replace the future method. So in place of future method, we can utilize this scalable apex job. So let's move to the next question. So here we have, can we call queuable from batch? So the answer is yes, but you are limited to just one system.enqueue job call per execute in the database dot virtual class. So we have some limitation here that we can only enqueue one job in the execute part of this fetchable class. And Salesforce has imposed this limitation to prevent explosive execution. So this is how this is. So let's move to the next question. So here we have, can we call future from future? So the answer is no. You cannot call a future method from another future method in Apex. Salesforce imposed this restriction to prevent the creation of long-running or recursive asynchronous processes that can lead to excessive resource consumption and potential system instability. And we have the alternative here that we can choose Cable Apex, which allows you to change uh, jobs by entering a new job from the execute method of a Cable job. So you can use Cable job in place of future to do this kind of things. Here we have the next question, that can we call future from batch apex or schedule apex? So the answer is no. You cannot directly call a future method from within a batch apex or scheduled apex in Salesforce. This is because both future method and batch or scheduled apex are asynchronous processes, and Salesforce does not allow one asynchronous process to call another asynchronous process directly. So this can be achieved using Queryable Apex. So we have this Queryable Apex as an extension of future methods. So this is the advanced version of future method, you can say. So let's move to the next question. So here we have, can we call future from Queryable jobs? So the answer is no. You can't call future from a Queryable job. So let's move to the next question. Here we have, can we call batch from schedule apex? Yes, you can call a batch apex job from a schedule apex class, which we generally do. This is a common practice for scheduling batch jobs to run at a specific interval of times. So this is a very useful scenario which we generally use in our projects. So the next question is, can we call a schedule apex from a batch apex? So we can do the same thing also, that you can call a schedule apex from a batch apex job in Salesforce. So this is also a very common thing. Let's move to the next question. Here we have, can we call cable apex from batch apex? So cable apex can be called from the future and batch classes. So the next question we have, uh, accept, expect, start, execute, finish. Can we create or add more methods in a batch apex? So the answer is yes. We can add more apex methods to our batchable class, but we must have to include these three methods, that is start, execute, and finish, as these are the part of the interface, and we have to implement this. So let's move to the next question. Here we have, how do you handle a nightly data cleanup process for account and users? So here we can create a batchable uh, job where we will query all the account records based on the criteria you want. Suppose you are querying all the inactive records, so you can have the check here, like you are querying all the account records which are inactive, and you can either make it active, or you can simply delete all the account records. And in the finish method, you can also call a different batch job or the queryable job to inactive the users, or as you can see here, that we are querying the users who are active for last whose last login days are greater than 1 year. So we are moving all those users to inactive users. So this is how we have handled this situation. So let's move to the next question. Here we have how do you handle real-time order processing? So it is a very simple thing that you can call trigger queuable job from trigger to process order. Like you can see here that once a order record is inserted here, we are sending the order ID in the queuable Apex. So once the resources have their availability, then the order will be processed. So let's move to the next question. Here we have how do you sync Salesforce data with an ERP system in real time? So we can sync the data using platform events and Table Apex. So you can see in the example here that we have created this platform event, ERP event, and we are publishing all the account record data into this event. And wherever in the external system we are listening to this platform event, we will get the data in the real time whenever Salesforce record is inserted in the Salesforce CRM. And you can also handle this thing with this Queueable Apex to handle this ERP sync process. So here are some basic logic like we have this account ID and we might be populating this from the platform event or something like that. And this is how this is working. So thanks for watching guys. I hope you will like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I will be posting more and more videos on this channel. So stay tuned. Bye bye for now.